Hi guys, that's Dorota, Palicka, international nail artist and educator here, and today we are going to play with my nails again, doing a rebalance, but also we will do the review of the Melodysusie e-file and the nail lamp. That's a two-in-one device, and I hope you really enjoy learning this design. Have a preview of it in here. That's what we are going to create today. I hope you really enjoyed it, so let's start. So I'm going to do the unboxing of the two-in-one nail lamp for you from Melodysusie as well. There will be links in the description of the video, also a discount code for you as well. But at the same time, I will show you a few other stuff from them because I think this is a pretty cool. So you've got a little instruction there. And I didn't put the lamp together yet because this is a part which I really love. It is a reflecting part. So if you ever get the lamp which has those blue coverage, guys, you have to take it off. Okay, so I'm just peeling from the corner here. And then you get like a mirror base which will reflect the light. That makes your curing even better. We shouldn't be using nails for this part, obviously, but they are going to be refreshed, so it is okay. I have just pulled that out. And it has two sides, so make sure you put it on the sides where you've got the grooves for the fingers. Okay, and then I'm just going to slide it underneath. It should have a magnet. Not this, no, it must be this way. So it should have a wee magnet. It does. Okay, so it's attached really nice and easy with the wee magnets. I have never seen and used this lamp before, so this is kind of all new for me. It has the settings for the 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 60 seconds and low heat mode. Guys, when I talk sometimes about the low heat mode for the foil gel, that's what I mean. So like if you want to get a really nice transfer foil designs, then you would use it on the low heat mode. And then we've got the e-file part as well, so it comes up to 30,000 in a speed, and you just turn it on. So that's the handpiece. The handpiece just attached on the back in there. And I'm actually going to show you quickly. So the lamp has the sensor, so when I put the hand in, it just goes into the seconds we have set it. We can change it during the curing, so I just leave it at the 30 seconds because that's what I love it. But let me check something else because I use those things often. Okay, it doesn't read this oh, it does. Okay, so depends how I put it. Okay, it does read my stand as well, and this is really important for me because obviously, guys, you know, you see me lots of times to do the things on the stand. But let's try the handpiece as well. So that's the handpiece it comes with. You got always the bit which you need to remove. So now this is in the lock position, you open it and then you can remove it. I have had some bits included with it, and that's the 32-inch large barrel. I'm actually going to give it a try. Normally I don't use the bits which are included in those kind of sets because they tend to be not the best quality, to be honest. And then you can put the e-file on. It's quite a nice quiet one, so I just put it up to the maximum. You can hear it. It isn't too bad when it comes to the noise. I will be probably working halfway through. I usually don't tend to go the full speed. But what else I wanted, of course I will use this 2-in-1 lamp and e-file, but also I wanted to show you, they've got those amazing cordless one, and I love it. Like, I have no space for all these big tools in here. So this one is super cool because you don't need the cable, you can charge it with your phone, and it's quite nice and quiet. This is on the maximum speed, so I do really love it. This one as well. Okay, so if you really for a speed, this is awesome, guys. I'm going to switch it off. So that's the portable one, and it's a model DR2078, but I will give you just the links as well. Let me try the cuticle bit actually, just to compare. I like to compare the things, and I'm terrible because I have promised you guys ages ago that I will do the video where I'm comparing all the in-files. Okay, that's slow. Okay, so this is probably the speed I'm feeling comfy at, and that's about 1075. Okay, so that's quite good. But let's start doing those nails to don't keep you bored. Again, I will be using their stuff, and this is going to, if I can squeeze it all, this is going to be the dust collector. Okay, so I've got their dust collector here as well, and I'm just going to try to squeeze it in here. Use this portable e-file and the lamp as well, okay? And I want to test the bit which is provided, as I told you. Usually I don't do that, but I'm quite curious, so I'm going to do that this time. Let's put this on. So dust collector and the e-file. Okay, that's quite nice. I had to check it, how safe it is to file around the cuticle area. And what I like and what I don't like about this bead, so it removes the gel polish quite quick and decent. The only thing is I got the jump, and that's mean the grooves are quite large, and I would be scared it would jump on me. So personally, I prefer the safety bead, and I'm just going to use that on the same speed just to see it, the effectiveness of both of them. So this one doesn't jump as much, like I feel is softer. So doesn't give me as much vibration. And you can see it, I can file it in both directions. The e-file is powerful enough, so that's a good stuff. And when I check the lamp, I'm actually going to show you how I cure the product as well, but when I check the lamp, it feels quite nice as well and powerful. I will leave the thumb for the later. See, with the other bead I would be scared to go because you do really feel those vibration if you've got really really large holes in the bead. This one files smoother, And I quite like it as well when it files nice and smooth, because then later on you've got less filing to do with your hand. Okay, the only problem which would bother me a little bit, and I wasn't sure about my feelings, it was like, okay, I'm having like a lamp and the e-file, is the dust not going to get everywhere? But the way we done it, like I've got some dust on top of the lamp, but I didn't get much inside. So that's, I think, it would be nicer, to be honest, to have a dust collector and an e-file as a two-in-one piece, because it always goes together. So that's like a thought about in the future. So I'm going to push back the cuticles now.
If you do the client, you have to turn over the lamp so that that's not going inside.
Okay, cameraman is actually clever. Thank you, cameraman. He says, like, obviously when you're doing the clients, the lamp is other way and there is no way the dust can get in there. Okay, he's right, actually, yes. So when we do it on the client, the lamp goes this way. And then you've got the e-file really far away, because the cable is long. Okay, he's right. He's actually absolutely right. The cable can go up to probably 1.5 meters, more 2 meters. Wow. Okay, so the cable can go probably about 2 meters easily. So, okay, yes, he's right. Absolutely, he's right. Well done, cameraman. Okay, so let's move on into the cuticles now. I'm going to use the cuticle bit, and my cuticles are terrible, especially the index one is so bad. Like, I actually file it away now. I get always a piece of like a cuticle, but it's almost a nail in this corner, so I have to always clean it really well. Actually, the nails are quite good for the entire month. I don't have much of the lifting. There is a tutorial of them on the channel as well. So let's do those cuticles. On the cuticles, I'm using much lower speed, like you don't want to file as strong. So one side, other side, no, still one side, and then other side, reverse. So I have pressed just a reverse button without of doing any stops or anything like that. Okay, that's them clean. Switch it off, and then you've got the holder there, so you can keep your e-file in there, so it's all nice and handy. That's actually quite cool. And then the lamp, yeah, it's actually quite cool. Okay, let's move into the next part. So I've got my wipe in here, and then we are going to filing those nails. We've got also super cool files, guys. They come in a pack of 10, and then what you can do is, once you have used it, you can just peel it off like this. Okay, clean it well from the dust. And then you can attach another one. So I'm going to use 180. You just peel the sticker off. And then just apply that in. And you can use the file to shape the nails. So I'm filing one side, and then I'm filing other side to keep those nice V shape. Shorten the free edge, they need to go shorter. And then blend everything around the cuticle area. Plus remove any bits and pieces you might have missed. Next one. And see if we do remove the gel polish nice and smooth without of any holes. The rebalance is so easy, guys. Like you can see it, like the nails look still really pretty. We just kind of refresh them, so it is going to be a super quick set of the nails. Okay, just buff that out. Blend everything on the natural nail. You don't want any shine going on in there. Next nail. shorten the free edge, check the length. And I have dilemma always, like, I don't know what to do on my nails. I want everything, a little bit of everything, to be honest. But we will go for something nice and pretty, perfect for a summer.
Maybe some crystals.
Maybe some crystals, cameraman says. Okay, we'll do maybe some crystals for cameraman. Why not? He have been behaving today. He did a nice dinner. So, yeah, we can do what he asked for. Okay, file this one. And obviously, he have been thinking when we're doing this video. I had to have a wee nap today. Like, we have such a terrible weather, guys. It's like raining constantly. One of you have write me a really nice, beautiful, long comment saying like the weather is really beautiful. So I'm so totally jealous about this nice weather. Unfortunately, here it's constantly raining. There is a World Cup going on at the moment as well, and Fort William, so we've got lots of tourists. If you ever coming up for that, you can pop in with the visit. Actually, I had a few of you trying to come in and say hello. Guys, if it does happen, drop me a message beforehand, so I'm definitely in the salon. Because like some of you have missed me and I'm feeling so bad after, about it. Okay, so I'm just removing any bits and pieces. You don't want any shine. Let's remove the dust and inspect those nails. They should be actually ready. You can see it how, if you do it properly, it's super quick and easy. I would be fussy and always like, what else I do? So they are completely ready, but we might have missed something. So what I'm doing is with the corner of the file, I'm going and I'm just doing like a couple of the scratches like this. Okay, if your natural nail is prepared absolutely well, I mean prepared well, not overfiled, remember that, because if your nails get overfiled, nothing is going to hold the, well on your nails. They need to be nice and healthy. And in school, they usually teach to use much smaller grit. I find it like if the nails are too shiny or the file isn't fresh, you might not give enough scratches, and then you might having a trouble with some lifting. Then you have to file your nails more, and overall they ended up more damaged. Let's thin this one out, and that's them ready. Okay, so I'm cleaning all the mess I have created in here. Let's get rid of that, so we don't bring any dust into our gel. Then using a blue scrub, which is a nail dehydrator, I'm going to give it nice and squeaky clean. Okay, usually even when you're holding the wipe, try to kind of get it onto the sides. Don't worry about the middle. Middle is always perfect. Like that's what I always say to my students. A middle is always perfect. Okay, so blue scrub to dehydrate it. And then we are going to use our extra nail dehydrator. So that's the blue bottle. To dehydrate them one more time. That's cool. Wait for it to dry, and then we have to use the universal air bond. Cameraman, I need the universal air bond with the nice gold lid like the top coat is. No problem. Okay, he says no problem. Obviously, the stuff I'm using home is only for my nails, so it takes me ages to use the things. And the new universal air bond has like a much nicer lid, so I'm desperate actually to get my hands on it. You can apply the universal air bond twice, but wait a couple seconds for it to dry, and then I'm going to start filling those nails. So is that the right one? No, that's not the right one. That must be the right one. So a drop of the UV cleanser into my wipe, because you can see it, I've got some product, and so I like to keep my brushes with a drop of the product so they are nicely into the shape, okay? Then use the dry part of the wipe to dry out any UV cleanser you might have on it, okay? You don't want this UV cleanser. And for a change, so on, actually for a change, do I want that or do I not? Do I want or not? Oh, let's, I've got I know milky one is nice. I will do the milky, okay, he says you do the milky one. Okay, we will use the milky pink, because then I could do the baby boomer. So guys, I prefer the milky pink. So you know I love perfect rose, and that's what I've got currently on my nails. So that's a slightly darker one. And the milky pink is perfect for a baby boomer. And that's what we will actually do it. So I'm not bothered about the end because the end will be covered with the baby boomer, but I want this part to be like this milky color, okay? Obviously I cannot put too much of the product because we've got already a huge amount of the product on those nails. So it's just to blend those difference a little bit. I'm applying a nice and thin layer on the entire set of the nails, and the brush has like a wee tip, and because it has those wee tip, it's really nice to reach it in those corners. It's really nice to work around the cuticle area. I don't like to work with too flat brushes. Like when I started my career as a nail technician in school, they teach us to use a flat brush for a gel, and I find that this flat brush have been so, guys, so I actually don't have it any, but imagine this is a flat brush. It's quite hard to get it nicely in the corners of the cuticles, and then we ended up touching it, flooding the cuticles. Right, with this one, because it has those wee tip, you can really nicely reach the corners of the cuticles without of worrying about it. You can nicely go around it as well. So we have put a thin layer in there, and if you are not feeling confident on working more, just cook them in. I'm going to straight away apply my apex depending on the temperatures and as many nails what the room allows me to do. So I'm just doing like a wee scoop of the product, and then I'm blending it out, guys, down the way. Okay, so I'm just blending it out down the way. Check the side view, and that's the nail filled. Freeze it. So I'm not going to cure it entire time. I will just cook it for a 15 seconds so I can put the next nail and then I will cook them all at the end. The lamp is really powerful, so I could feel a tiny wee heat spike, but I just removed the hand in the right time. So each time when I'm placing another layer of the product, I'm putting a nice and thin layer, just because if you do have those nice thin layer, the product almost slide on you. It's very easy then to move the product the way you want. Look, I'm not going to the sides. Leave those sides, because if you put the product there into the sides, you are going to flood everything. You don't need this product there, because by the time you put it inside the lamp, the product will run in there itself. I'm almost going to have like an ombre on the ends, because I'm happy how the ends looks. I'm pressing harder with my brush. I want this to be nice and thin. Even thinner. Freeze it, so again about 5 seconds, and then we can do another nail. Very easy way of doing an rebalance on the nails. Another scoop of the product. The lamp cooks really quickly and really well, so I'm very happy about it. And guys, usually on your when we apply the gel, the thinner you work on, the lower the heat spike is. If you apply the product like really, really thick, you could feel some heat spike. So I'm always working nice and thin. Gosh, this is looking like a milky ombre. Press it hard at the end. You don't want all this excess of the product. And then cook it in. And then the last nail. So nice and thin layer. Nice and thin layer. And just look what a small amount of the product I need is just to fill up those wee empty space there. and then press it very hard. You don't want this product to make your nails bulky, okay? And you can see it, they look quite nice and decent with the very quick rebalance. And that's how I do it for my clients as well. So I always would apply it a little pressure at the apex area because I want to have as much product as possible, and then really strong pressure at the end. So I'm just removing the biggest excess of the gel, but you can see it, I still got lots of gel on my brush, just at the tip. And then I would close the lid, and that's how I would store it in this room, because we've got lots of light in this room. Actually, I didn't feel even any heat spike. In the salon, I just keep it like this in a drawer away from the sunlight. So remember, like, never put the brushes into the direct sunlight, because if you do, then they will get cured and damaged. Okay, so the brushes comes also with the lids. Be careful how you put it on, and then I can just put it on the sides. I'm just giving a couple seconds longer cure always. I don't know, like, I'm terrible. Like, I find that sometimes we don't keep the hand maybe properly, so I always rather to give it a couple seconds longer. And with the curing, guys, this is quite important as well, because we get instruction from the manufacturers, like, say, cure the gel for 60 seconds. But this is on the average thickness, and it's obvious that if we've got more product and it's thicker, we should cure it a tiny bit longer, because the different thickness of the product is going to cure at different time. So keep that always in mind as well when you're doing the nails, okay? So I'm just removing the inhibition layer. And they're so nice and pretty. I don't know why, like, I love the clear look of the gel. Like, I'm not fan of the gel polish look. I love, like, how they look when they just nice and clean. I do really prefer that look. So let's put some wipe. I'm not going to put the dust collector on because it's noisy. And then we're going to shape those nails. Exactly the same like we did it before. So one side, nice V shape, other side, nice V shape. Once we file the V shape, bring it higher up a little bit, okay? Because we have finished it out a little bit, so we have made it more narrow, but also we need to remove the bulk from the side walls. Short the free edge, I love them. They look really nice and decent. Blend everything around the cuticle area, like, you don't want any jumps in there. And then I'm just going, this is just a perfect nail. Like, I'm just going to give it a couple scratches like this. Little pressure. Remember, the nails aren't flat, so you cannot file it in one place. I'm just filing all over. All over. That's enough. Okay, it's not perfectly filed, but that's enough with the file. I don't want any more. Okay, maybe a little bit in there. Go to the next one, and just exactly the same. One side, other side. Bring it higher up. Bring it higher up. And I want to show you my filing lines, so you can see it where I have filed. I have filed the sides, and then I have bring it higher up, so it's not bulky in there, okay, from both directions. You can shorten the free edge. Nice and beautiful. Then blend around the cuticle area. But around the cuticle area, I mean everything around your nail folds, okay? So I'm starting on the side in here, going on the cuticle, and look which side of the file I'm using. I'm not going with the straight one, because then I will cut myself. You can see it what I did. I'm going like this. So we're just following the nail fold, guys, okay? Then turn your file. I also quite like to jump the file on the table. It's much quicker than for me. So in the salon, you can hear it, like, when we're really, really busy, you can hear it, all this noises going on. Okay, so blend that out. Again, check. I didn't touch anything in the middle. Mainly, I have concentrated on all those sides, and then I can just gently buff it, file it the entire nail. So a little bit all over. Again, we have added product on our apex, so we don't want to file that away. because otherwise, what the point of putting this product in there? Okay, that's it, filed. One side, other side. And if you get into your filing routine, guys, and you will file all the nails exactly the same way every single time, believe me, it is a matter of like a couple sets. You will have those routine with the closed eyes. So again, leave those sides up. You will be able to do it with the closed eyes because you will be doing all the time the same thing. Blend from the cuticle, on the cuticle, all the way down and here, and then go to the other side. This side is always like, once I've hit the pinky, I will be even more struggling. And then just file it from the top. You can also keep checking the hairline, so that's the thickness of your free edge only, because if I would cut this nail, obviously all the strength is there. And that's quite important when it comes to the structure of the nail. I show you the places maybe. So here you want very little product. If you've got too much, it just doesn't look nice. It looks bulky and heavy. And then you can see it when the nails are even a month old. Like obviously when I push the cuticles back, like the growth is huge. So when they grow, you don't see this growth. Like there is no jump, there is nothing, because where I've got my layer of the gel polish and then I've got the layer of the top coat, there is only the layer of the gel polish and a top coat. Do not put the gel too close to the cuticle. You want it to be closed, but only those first very thin layer. And I never put my apex gel too close to the sides, because then they will look bulky. Look, they are strong enough. Like I don't need huge amount of the product in there. But what I need is I need this area here, like this area there, to be as strong as possible. Okay, so the sides, your stress point, everything here needs to be really thick. And my nails here are thick. Like if I would cut this nail, this will be really thick. And then free edge, you want the free edge to be really nice and thin as possible. You don't need like a huge amount of the product in there. First of all, if you bang it really strong with your nails, because you've got large amount of the product in this area, the nail should break somewhere there. Okay, so it shouldn't be break, or even lower, it shouldn't break at your nail bed. If you would have too thick ends, not enough product in there, if you would bang it strong, it could break halfway down on your nail bed, and that would be very damaging to the nails and very painful as well. Another thing why what I want to show you as well, guys, why we want the bulk of the product here, not in there, is how the extensions hold when it comes to the lifting. Okay, so imagine this is our natural nail. This is our natural nail, and this is the nail bed. So the gel is a nail bed, this is a natural nail, and this is our bulk of the product. Okay, so the bulk of the product in the right place, so like leave it from cuticle and we've got the bulk of the product in there, is holding your extension nice. So if you break it here, not on your nail bed. Okay, and when the nail is growing, it can grow quite decent, and this is holding it. Okay, it's nice and still attached to your nail. If you do put your product like in there, the bulk of the product, the nail extensions could break either here or either there, depending where you've got the bulk of the product. But what is happening is when the nails grow, they are fine for the first week. Second week, they might start already lifting. Can you see that? So that's on the second week. I've got unstable product there. On the third week, they all lose the balance. Okay, so remember that as well. Like you don't want heavy nails at the ends, because this is affecting your lasting time. You want all your product and the bulk in here. Okay, now you have to send me a big kisses for all that tips. Okay, let's do another nail. So just give it a gentle file all over. They do really look nice and pretty. file one side, other side. I think it was just because I had the nap and I'm feeling so nice and fresh, so motivated. And then I'm off tomorrow as well. Actually, guys, we might do the live video. I miss you all. We wasn't doing a live video for a while, so we might do one. And maybe do some discount code for you as well with the products from our website. Okay, so just exactly the same. Other side.
Actually, we put this video after the live.
Yes, we put this video after the live. I hope this video will go up on Monday, and today is a Saturday if the cameraman will work
Monday,
fast.
No problem.
For Monday, no problem, he says. Okay, we get this video on Monday. But I hope I will see lots of you on tomorrow. I need to put the post up for you guys. Okay, so I'm just sorting out this nail. And then once I have filed the biggest bulk of the product, like I have done exactly the same work on every single nail, and this way the nails are more even and exactly the same, and that's what it should be all about. Then I can take a buffer, and the buffer I'm using is a grey buffer, the 100 by 180 grit. And what you need to do is you just go like this on the entire nail, just like this. But remember, not only in the top, you have to go on the sides, on the top, on the other side. Okay, look at this. Same on this one, so on the side, on the top, on the other side. Okay, on the side, on the top, and on the other side. Clean the dust. And I would still, what else I would do is I would still blend it more around the cuticle area. So just go and blend like this. So again, you don't want to be able to see where the product is starting, okay? Like I've got very thin layer, then I've got my bulk of the product, but when I will be applying the top coat, it will go just on the natural nail. So when they grow, you don't see those huge jumps. And also, if the people have got like product which they could feel, they would pick at it. So the hair would get stuck. I cannot really pick at it, like guys. It doesn't catch. Like they could just basically grow out from my nails. Okay, and that's another secret. Like this was something which changed the way my nails last. If there is nothing to catch, they are not going to catch and they are not going to lift. But remember, this applies to the sides as well. Okay, you cannot have anything in there. Look, you cannot see where the product is starting. Okay, and same on the other side. Actually, on this one you can see it, so I would have some trouble in there. And if you get like a wee white lines or something, you have to file it away, because that's mean where the product, maybe you had a tiny bit of the cuticle or a dust particle. See, like here, you cannot leave that. You want to kind of buff it more till it's gone. Buff it there, buff it there. And then this nail. Sorry, this side is always so difficult to reach on your own. That's it. So the next step is I'm going to tidy up my cuticles a little bit because they're terrible. I have been applying cuticle oil. I need to also go into my, finish my garden and start taking care of my cuticles. Yeah, obviously things always looks much worse once we do the nails, because they are dehydrated and they look much worse than when we apply the cuticle oil and moisturize it. I don't want to remove too much, because if you do remove too much, they are just growing worse. For the cuticle trimming, I suggest you do kind of feel it where you want to cut, and then you close the cuticle nipper. Don't go like and cut. You need to feel it first and then you cut it. It's okay, so I feel it and then I trim it, and that's it. I don't want any more removed. Then we have to dehydrate again. So I would clean it, and they look okay for a second when they wet, and then they go really terrible and white again. So I'm cleaning any dust particles, and then they are ready for the design. So I'm just going to do a stop for a second and clean this mess, because I don't want any part you can see them. They're all nice and ready for the design, which we can paint it. And then I'm just going to clean this mess and come back to you. Okay, so the next step which we are going to do is to get some baby boomer. And what we could do it, we could do it in white or we could do it in baby blue. And I've got actually dilemma what I'm going to do. For baby boomer you need form, and what we will do is we will use this part of the form to prepare our sponge and this part to place the product and mix it. For the sponges, guys, you have asked me these questions many times, what sponges I get. So I get the cheap makeup sponges from Primark. They are 150 and there is 25 sponges in there. They both good, and you have seen me working with both white and pink ones. But I wouldn't take a sponge and I wouldn't work with this side. No, this wouldn't give you a nice results. What I'm always doing, doesn't matter if I take a white sponge or if I take a pink sponge, I'm cutting the sponge. Okay, so I'm cutting it and I'm working with this side inside. You can see the sponges don't have many holes. If you've got too many holes, it is more difficult. And you don't want to work also with those, there is always one side which is more slidey. You don't want to work with the slidey side. You want to work with the fresh cut side. And look how much dirt is there. So you want to always remove this fluff, otherwise you'll get textured look and it's not nice at all. Okay, so that's my sponge ready. The color which we are going to mix, gosh, I want white or I want blue. I don't know, like extremely pale blue, maybe. Yeah, let's do extremely pale blue. I've got nice blue dress. Okay, so I'm taking a scoop of the white and doing a baby boomers with these gels is like so easy, guys. It's a must-have. They come in a set of 5s, and you've got black, which is for the foils. And if the cameraman passed me the foil design, the training which we have done, like 1 or 2 tips, the flower, yeah, no, the flower one, yeah, that's the ones. So this one. So this one you can use it for as a black, but also you can do it for a transfer foil. So I have also prepared a training for you guys, and they are amazing, like transfer foil design. And also I have used the red one. I have mixed the purple one. No, I didn't. I used the color. No, I mixed the purple one and I mixed the pink one. So with these 5 gels, let me show you all of them. So with these 5 gels, you can mix any color. You can. It works like a it works like a printer. So they are primary colors. So this 2 will give you a purple. We will make a light blue from this white, and you can play. And this one is great for French and baby boomer, the white baby boomer. But obviously we will do pink today. Pink, no pink. See, I wanted pink nails. We'll do light blue. Okay. So I've got the scoop of white and then I take a scoop of blue, just a tiny one. They last you ages. Like those of you who have them, they just last ages. Like you need always just a slightest drop of the of it. So I have added a drop of the blue, and look what a beautiful shade of the blue we've got. Just a perfect one, a baby blue. Okay, so I've got amazing baby blue. And we can do the baby boomer. So I'm going to clean my brush and then slap that blue into my nails. So what I'm always doing, clean them, then pick up the scoop of the product and just slap it on. Basically, slap it on like this. And then, using the sponge, I clean it, we are going to blend that out. The first blending goes really high up and is hardly visible. Okay, so we're going really high up and it's hardly visible. That's what you want. You want to go high up and hardly visible. And for baby boomers, the milky pink, which we have used, is a nicer one because, like, especially when you're doing the white baby boomer, it blends amazing. Like the light rose takes you more coats, so the milky pink is definitely a choice to go for. Obviously, I've got it only at my cuticle where we have put the fresh product, but that's enough to get those blending done. Okay, hardly visible. So this way you've got it nice and smooth, guys. There is no fluffs, nothing. Give it a cook. And I'm going to cure it for 30 seconds. Keep this away from the lamp. So what I will do is I will twist this lamp a little bit to the side. That's it. So my product doesn't cure. Then pick up another scoop of the gel. Okay, I cure it less. And then paint French-ish. But again, don't be too fussy. And what you want to do now, don't go high. Let me get that. So we don't want to, we've got this part sorted. We don't want to go there. If you do, then it will just get messy. Leave this part alone. We want to just go a little bit higher. So using the sponge, I'm kind of dabbing now. So I'm dabbing and I'm brushing. Before I was only brushing, now I'm dabbing and brushing. I have got some fluffs, remove them, and go and move into the next nail. Remove the fluff. So dab and brush. If the nails are short, 2 layers should be enough. For the longer nails, you need more layers. Okay, so we've got this one. Cook it. So we're curing it at least 30 seconds just so we can apply the next layer. If you don't, if you under cure it, you will remove the previous product, so we don't want that. Okay, that's it cooked. And then I'm going to apply just at the ends again this color. Take a sponge and just gently dab it in. And I've got beautiful blue baby boomer. If you do get a fluff like I did in here, take your cuticle pusher, scrape it off. You don't want that in your nails. And then scrape it off completely. That's it. I hope. And then, yes, and then reapply with the sponge. Okay, make sure there is no fluffs. And then give it a cook. Since my nails are quite long, I'm going to do the last layer. It really doesn't take long, and you're better off just do it quickly and then cure it and do another one than trying to fix it and play it too long. And then we will use those cute butterflies with transfer foil gel glue. So the black one is more for like the tilet work. Because I can see it and it can be really precise to paint like swirly beads, you know, like in here, or to paint like a more detailed look. And this one is to transfer the entire picture. Okay, so they're both completely different, but I'm just going to touch up my baby boomer just so it's really perfect. I'll just slap that on. See guys, like when you're doing it on the client, honestly, it doesn't take you a long time. And now I'm just going for the perfect look. And you can see it doing it on the, this is another question you have guys asked me. What if it's short nails? So for the short nails, if you don't want to touch the fingers, you're starting there on the side. Okay, you're touching like this. So you don't, with this part of the sponge is clean. So you can go like this and you can, that's not a problem, okay? That's how I do it on the short nails. Reaching those corners, no problem at all. Pull them down and go with the side of the sponge, okay? So we can go even higher just to show you that this isn't a problem at all. Okay, give them a cook and then let's, that's the baby boomer ready, so I can put that on the side. The next thing which we are going to do is do the butterflies. So we've got those transfer foil on our website as well. And I'm going to use those cute blue ones. I think they are just perfect. They come in different, there is 10 different designs, and is it 10? Let me check actually. I might show you because then you can see it, what it is. So we've got those butterflies, and that's the ones we will use. We've got them. Then the next ones, it's actually nice to see them like this. So put them on the side like this ones. Oh, they're quite nice too. Really pretty. And then those ones. Those ones. This one is so pretty too. And the other ones. Okay, but the ones we will use is the blue ones here. So what I'm gonna do is, before I apply the foil gel, I will cut out the designs I want. And what I love about it, because it's clear, you can see it, what you want. So I want, oh my goodness, they are too pretty. I love this one. So I'm just going to cut it out. And actually, I love the straight one as well. So I will have one like this. And then I love the straight one too. Cool. Okay, so we want to place that in. What I have discovered when I was doing a salon work is that even I've got baby boomer which has inhibition layer, so normally some foil might stick to it. This gel is stronger, and I'm going to risk it and try it to do it without of putting the top coat and buffing, guys. Okay, so I apply this foil glue, and then this one is going to come up in here. Really nice and thin. I don't want extra bulk on my nails. So I apply it nice and thin, and then I'm going to cure it. You can cure it anything from 30 to 60 seconds. This one is like, it's so easy to work with. It will give you nice coverage every single time, like, and you don't need a special skill, special technique. You just slap it on and it works. Like, honestly, guys, it works for the biggest beginners as well. So it's a must-have for you. We've got it on the website as well. Okay, and then when it's cooked, we can transfer the butterflies. So I'm just picking up one. And I want it there. So place where you want and just rub it properly in. Like rub it. Take your time with it. If you do rub it well, you will get a nice transfer results. and then peel it. Okay, so once I peel it, the picture just transfer in there. There is also quite nice silicone tool, which I like to use it as well, because then, there we are. Okay, so with the silicone tool, you can really press it well, and then it comes off much easier. And then another butterfly. So I wanted it on the side. Just like this. Iron into the needle. And then once you start feeling like the design is kind of coming off, you can start pulling it. Okay, so now I can start pulling it. And we've got another pretty butterfly. Yay! Let's use some crystals. So I want to have some bluish crystals, and we are going to use a base gel. So a drop of the base gel. Actually, let's go back to our piece of foil. Put the base gel there. Some old brush, or even a dotting tool. And then we are going to place some crystals there. So one, 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 one. And then our gem picker. I love those crystals. They're quite nice and sparkly. Oh, that's so pretty. Don't you think, guys? It's so nice. And to be honest, I quite like it just the way it is. So they are not over the top, and I might just leave it a single crystal there. You have to cure it to freeze the base, put the things on the side, and then we have to just top coat this pretty set. Or should we add more sparkle to it? No, just leave it the way it is. Sometimes less is more. So I'm just applying the top coat. And when I'm applying the top coat, I'm going around the crystals. I pull my nail folds down. Like really around the crystals. If you struggle to get into some places, you could use like a fine brush. Check how the light reflects if you're happy with it. And if you are, give it a cure. So I'm just going to freeze the top coat. Do on another nail. And the butterflies, the transfer foil is going to last with no problems. I had the clients like coming back, you know, after the entire month with no trouble. It does last, guys. If you've got a very heavy-handed client, what you could do is you could apply a drop of the base over the butterfly and then the top coat. And there is no way it would come off, like no way. Actually, it's a problem to take it off later on because the transfer foil does block the bead. Like there's a tutorial as well where I'm showing how to clean the bead, which is dirty and has some stuff stuck in there. I'm freezing the top coat because I'm always fussy about my nails. Like I like it to be just the way I place it. And then I just give it a final cook. Especially like on those ones, because we have put those transfer foil glue, I'm putting kind of a little bit more top coat right in the middle to blend that difference, because it's an extra layer in some places because we didn't apply it through the entire nail. And then this one, and then that's our set finish. And I hope, guys, you have really enjoyed this tutorial and you have learned something new as well. Remember, all the products we have used, you've got the links in the description of this video to the Melodysusie e-files and also to all the products from our brand, which is the Color Plus gels, the transfer foils, and other bits. And the gel, of course, the gel as well. The nice blingy fiber gel. Okay, I'm going to give them a cure and then show you the final look. If you have enjoyed this video as well, hit the share button so the others can see it too. And also, if you really liked it, those designs, we do offer an online training. You can go and check that out as well. My website is www.dorotapaliczka.com. Yes, everyone knows always www. And then we've got those cute porcelain training available. It's a new training as well. There's also on stroke, face paints, and other different things. So you can check that out, guys, too. And yeah, let me show you those nails. So that's them all completely cooked. I can clean them nice. And then apply some cuticle oil. So just clean it everything well. All the dust particles and the dehydration. And the cuticle oil cameraman is passing it to me. He is so good today, guys. Okay, so just some cuticle oil and I love this set actually. What do you think, guys? It's cute, it's blue, and I need to wear, I've got nice blue dresses and other things, so absolutely amazing. Yeah, one more time I'm sending you glittery hugs and bye for now.